Hello everyone. Yes, it's Mixing Wednesdays. You're like, two videos? Two videos? Yes, two videos for you today, but I'm going to make this a short one. What I'm going to show you isn't something that I found out for myself. This is, I'm basically using other people's hard-earned research, okay? So thank you to them. And what I'm going to try and do, I'm going to try and emulate it and basically crack the code of what it's actually doing and kind of debunk the mystery a little bit. Now, what if I was to tell you that before you click that PayPal button that you may be able to get the exact same sound for free? Through the whole rabbit hole that I was going down with the gear slits and everybody's comments, I was told that if you use Melda, they have a free bundle, right? A free bundle of lots and lots and lots of great plugins, right? So they do a waveshaper. I was like, all right, okay. And a lot of people have said that the waveshaper can get you very, very, very close to what that curve fader is doing, okay? And then you've got the Melda saturator, okay? And I was like, well, what makes this different from another saturator? Now, the really, really good thing about the Melda saturator is that in terms of its saturation, okay, it actually allows you to adapt the harmonics. You could add more or less second, third, fourth, fifth harmonics, right? You can clean up the harmonics, you can add more harmonics. And that's going to be quite handy, okay, in this little video, okay? So in terms of the inflator effect, and I'm saying that it's just a saturator, and you might be, but it's not, it's more than just a saturator. So let's find out, So first, I'm going to have the inflator effect at 100%. That's all we've got, 100%. In the Melda saturator, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the exact same. I'm going to have the saturation effect at 100%. And in terms of the harmonics, all I'm going to do is just going to take down some second harmonics. So when I was doing my null tests, the closest kind of null I could get was by setting it to 100% and just taking down the second harmonics just a pinch, just maybe like cut like two or three odd dB. Let's just get straight into it, right? This is what we're going to do. It's going to be a short video. So Sonnox Oxford Inflator inflation effect at 100% versus the Melda saturator. Let's see how we get on.
She likes me, it's such a shame if she doesn't attract to me. Yeah, give it the eye out to get play. I think she's wondering how to make me see I'm the man in dreams, never let you go. You think that I'll understand, I'm on the face to know. I can't remember your name or the dress you wore. I think my vibe was a flash where it began to show when she asked me to step outside.
Okay, so that was the comparison, okay? We had the inflator at 100%. You might say, Paul, one setting. Okay, I get it. How about we do it at 50% now, okay? So how about we set the inflation effect to 50% and we do the exact same in the Melda saturator. And again, we'll maybe just bring down the harmonics maybe just a touch more, just to maybe see how close the kind of a null we can get. But that's all I'm doing. Again, matching the saturation, the same as the inflator, and again, just adapting some second harmonics a little bit more. So let's see how we get on with that. Is that going to be just as close? Let's find out.
She likes me, it's such a shame if she doesn't attract to me. Yeah, give it the eye out to get play. I think she's wondering how to make me see I'm the money
So, how about we start adding the curve? Because you say, Paul, it's more than... Okay, fine, Paul, you've proved that it's just saturation, okay? You've proved it's just saturation, Paul. Okay, but the curve effect, Paul, it's more than just a wave shaper. Okay, let's see how we get on with this then, right? So, how about we have the curve effect, the fader up, okay? And probably maybe just like plus 22 or something like that. And again, I'm going to change the inflator effect as well. I'm always kind of like changing the settings up, okay? So we're going to have the inflator effect kind of in the middle, like in the 70s. So we're going to try and match the saturation. And what we're also going to do is we're going to use the Melda waveshaper. Now for this, what I'm doing to kind of try and match the tonality of the waveshaper, I'm going to have the waveshaper completely in up position, 100%, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the mix knob, and I'm basically going to use that like the fader, moving up in terms of what you're doing with that waveshaper when you're moving the fader up, okay? What you are going to find is that in terms of the harmonics, when you're using the waveshaper, using the curve in the Sonnox Inflator, the harmonics become much cleaner. I think it's actually adding in less harmonics. So what I found to kind of get it close to nulling was that I had to bring down a lot more the saturation bands, which again you're going to see in the presets. So we've got the saturation at a different setting, about 70% odd. In terms of the waveshaper, we've got it in up position, and we're just using that mix knob to try and kind of get it as close as we can. So 2 of them in now, inflator effect and the curve effect. Let's see how close we'll get with that one.
She likes me. It's such a shame if she doesn't attract me. Yeah, giving the eye out to get paid. I think she's wondering how to make me see I'm the man in your dreams, never let you go. You think that I'll understand? I'm on the face to do. I can't remember your name or the dress you wore. I think my vibe was a blast where it began to show when she asked me to step outside.
Okay, so there we go. Okay, done it again. I've got my own opinion. I think it's pretty close, but again, this is subjective. Okay, this is probably the most subjective video I've ever done. So let's try with the waveshaper kind of down the way, right? So again, instead of the waveshaper being like that, we're bringing the waveshaper kind of like that. Okay, so so what I've done is I've brought the waveshaper in 100% down, and again I'm using that mix knob, okay, in the Melda waveshaper, and in the Sonnox I'm bringing the curve down. So again I'm bringing it down in the curve, and again I've changed the saturation again, just another change in the saturation, and again I've emulated that again in the Melda saturation as well. So I'm giving it a little bit more saturation, so we're bringing the curve down, and we are also adding in a little bit more of the inflator effect as well, and again harmonics adapted just to kind of see how close I can get to that. So again, curve in the down position. Let's see if I can get close to that as well.
That girl over there thinks she likes me. It's such a shame if she doesn't attract to me. Yeah, give it the eye out to get prey. I think she's wondering how to make me see I'm the man of your dreams, never let you go. You think that I'll understand? I'm on the face to do. I can't remember your name or the dress you wore. I think my vibe was a flash where it began to show when she asked me to step outside. She said I could be there by your side, and I said no, maybe because I don't want to see you, maybe because I don't want to be with you, maybe because I'll probably forget your face.
Right, okay, so in terms of like, that's really simple. That's really all the Inflator does. Now, what if I was to tell you that these free plugins from Melda could actually give you more than the Sonnox Inflator can? Now, what I mean by that is there's a DC like cut button, okay? Now, basically what that does is it really engages a high pass filter, okay? So what you're going to find is that low end, and this is something that I find with the Sonnox, is that it is adding a bit of low end in there, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to try and tame that low end, okay, which you can't do in the Sonnox Inflator. Is there anything else you could do to make that Melda sound any better than the Inflator? Yes, there is. Now, what you will have noticed in the saturator that there is a compander option. Now, a compander is basically compression and expansion, okay? It's a compander, you can compress and expand, okay? Now, that's a very, 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 very cool effect, right? So let's see if we use a bit of compunction. Very odd word there, compunction. I don't know, is that right? Would it be compunction? No, whatever, right? So let's add in a bit of the compander in, and let's see if we can add on top of that, and can we adapt more on that kind of Sonnox Inflator sound? Does it sound better? Let's see how that sounds.
That girl over there thinks she likes me. It's such a shame if she doesn't attract to me. Yeah, give it the eye out to get prey. I think she's wondering how to make me see I'm the man of your dreams, never let you go. You think that I'll understand? I'm on the face to do. I can't remember your name or the dress you wore. I think my vibe was a flash where it began to show when she asked me to step outside. She said I could be there by your side, and I said no, maybe because I don't want to see you, maybe because I don't want to be with you, maybe because I'll probably forget your face.
So, that there is my take on the Sonnox Oxford Inflator. I think, hopefully, we can all agree that the Inflator is just saturation, because again, it's very, very close, and that curve is just a waveshaper, and it's as simple as that. Again, I'm using all the options that the Sonnox Inflator can give you, but I think, hopefully, what we can agree is that the extra options that the Melda can give you actually takes the Sonnox Inflator sound further. You can advance it way more, and it actually does sound better, to me, in my opinion. But either way, it's still a great effect, right? I'm not saying the Sonnox Inflator is a crap plugin. I wouldn't have went to the bloody lengths of this video, right? And like added more stress onto my week by doing this video if I didn't think that the Sonnox Inflator sound is a cool sound. It's a great sound, it's very cool. It's a very, very old plugin, right? It's very, very, very old code, but it was a mystery for so long. Hopefully, it's kind of cracked it a little bit. I've not cracked it. The guys in Gear Slots and everybody that's done all the hard work before has kind of done that. But yeah, that's all I'm going to say on this video. Is it's a great sound, but it's not as much of a mystery as what you think. Really simple. So, wee video for you, a little bit of audio geekness for you today. And again, hopefully that's got you thinking and maybe makes you fall down the rabbit hole a little bit. But it's really cool to try, guys, honestly, right? Just have a play about with it, right? See the whole null test thing. It's really interesting when you're mucking about with the harmonics. I'm like, because you can't get it to null. I read something that you can get Melda to null with Sonnox. You can't. I couldn't do it. You can't. You get pretty damn close. But again, most importantly, leave your comments down below and let me know what you think, right? Just let me know what you think, right? Let's not get into arguments. Let's not fight with one another. Just let us know what you think, right? I love all this stuff. It's geeky, interesting stuff. And if you're not subscribed, then why are you not bloody subscribed? Subscribe, because I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of this month, which I think is going to happen. And once I get past 1,000, I am going to be getting to the analog stuff, all the stuff you want me to do. So analog access, and I'm kind of in touch with certain manufacturers to see if they can loan me some hardware so I can do some proper shootouts for you, okay? So, thank you very much for watching, guys. Hope you have a great day, evening, afternoon, whatever time you're watching this. And yes, Mixing Wednesdays, watch that video that I brought out today because that's much better than this one. And yes, Mixing Wednesdays, subscribe, like, most importantly, and I'll see you again soon.